Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, welcome to the official Fighters Rep 25 preview. I just dropped the rib napkin. This is officially the Fighters Rep Fez alongside, as you can see, he's a real person. He's not AI. This is Gary, Ignorant Behavior. We're here. We've linked up, and today we're sponsored by Ignorant Behavior's ribs, which are awesome today. And we're going to be previewing Fighters Rep 25 right here in Miami. Gary, first and foremost, how are you, man? Appreciate you bringing these by, man.
You know, I'm good. You know how to bring you some ribs. I've been promising you ribs for a minute. So I said I got to get my boy some ribs today. I'm coming over.
Man,
Can't come over empty-handed, bro.
I appreciate it. Like a real Arab. He's turned into an Arab guy.
But yeah, man, we got a game tomorrow for the football team. So it's a jamboree, but it's still a game.
By the way, is this your sauce or whose sauce?
Oh, that's my sauce, bro.
Man. Yeah, you're not messing around with that sauce at all. You're gonna bottle that up and sell it. So really excited about this event. It's going down on September 7th. We actually have the open workout tomorrow, Gary. I'm actually gonna be there flying into Los Angeles for that open workout. And it's for Fighters Rep 25. It's going to be a fantastic event. You know, you guys are not going to want to miss it. This card is stacked like crazy. And so we're going to go through the fights in no particular order. This is not the order of the fights, but we're going to go through them, Gary. So, and of course, you can comment on anybody you know, anybody you've researched.
I don't research the guys. Go ahead.
So first and foremost, you know, let's start with this fight we have on the list as number one. Again, this is not the order of the bout, and the card is subject to change. Oh, and you can get your tickets at FightersRep.com. Dimitri Lyman, Gary, taking on Jorge Aquino, George Aquino. You know, I'm real familiar with George. He's fought for us at least 3 times, Gary. He's out of Vital Force, same gym as Christian Zoller, same gym as Connie Gonzalez, you know, Coach Lamont McCurry's team. This is a very, very technical team. This is a very well-rounded team. And George is a big, strong, technical guy. You know, he follows in the footsteps of his gym. He's taken on a Dimitri Lyman. Now, we've never worked with Dimitri before, but from what I've seen, Gary, very aggressive, comes forward, looks for the finish. And I think this is going to be a very exciting fight because Dimitri seems to be very much the aggressor, you know, but Jorge is a guy who, you know, he picks his shots, he looks to counter, and he's got big power too. I mean, these 2 guys, listen, Gary, they're going to be over 265 pounds each on the night. This is super heavyweight. Gary.
Yeah.
Like they would swallow this whole rib thing with the Tupperware and everything. So this is going to be a fantastic fight, and I'm really excited about that clash of styles. A guy that comes forward, very aggressive, big power, versus a counter puncher, also with big power. And then you add, you know, almost half a ton of humanity into the ring.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts on it.
I mean, there's some large guys. I didn't really see Dimitri, but I did see George or Jorge. Which one is it?
It's Jorge.
Jorge, okay. There we go.
We're in Miami. Jorge, bro.
All right.
California's Jorge too.
But yeah, no, he's a patient guy. He's not a guy that rushes things. Like you said, he's a guy that kind of, you know, he has a good jab, a good 1-2, and you know, then his last fight, he actually won KO, right? TKO. It was kind of a mismatch.
Listen, you know what?
It was kind of.
It may have looked like it, man. But that guy he stopped is a guy that I had seen fight Logan Hooper, 6'7". They went to war for 3 rounds, and he couldn't stop that guy. You know, it was a back and forth fight for Jorge Aquino. And Coach Lamance told me when we interviewed him, he said Jorge hits hard, man. For him to stop Adam Gonzalez in that fight, I said to myself, whoa, he's got some heavy firepower. But you could tell Dimitri's there too, so that's going to be that's going to be a fun fight. Now we're going to skip this next one because I'm not 100% sure if it's been made yet, but we are trying to get Caden Vaughn to fight. So we're going to keep working on that. But next up, we've got Ismail Bear taking on Kunimasa Onji. Now, this is a very interesting fight. You got Ismail out of Hardworks Fitness. They always bring it. This is Hung's Legacy Gym. Just always you could expect great technique. It's that, all the people in Long Beach, man, there's such a deep history of kickboxing and Muay Thai in Long Beach, California. And Ismail's there. And that gym in particular, before Hung took it over, it was very much a boxing gym, So I want to say like Ismail probably has, and I've seen him fight before. He came up short, but he looked pretty good in that fight. He's going to have decent boxing, decent kickboxing. He's still very early in his career, so it's going to be interesting to watch him take on Kunimasa Onji, Gary, out of Machida Karate. The Machida Karate, Chinzo Machida, is going to be in this man's corner. It's something I'm very excited about because this is the second traditional karate fighter that we have besides Michael Claycomb.
Yeah.
That's decided to kind of, okay, let's go towards kickboxing because it's similar to, it's not too far from karate. It allows them to express their art. He's going to be making his debut in the Lions Den. He's got a thick, as we would say down here, amateur background in karate. Let's see how it's going to translate against a kickboxer in this one, Gary.
Now, see, I wasn't able to see fights from him because this is his first time in the Lions Den. So I really wasn't able to really get a grasp on what type of fighter. But Ismail, I think he has. I think he has some good potential. He's a pretty good fighter. So he's going. Whoever faces him is going to have to bring it. He's athletic, and he has some speed to him. So I mean, like I said, I haven't seen how you say his name, Onji. Onji. I haven't seen him, so I don't know. I can't give my thoughts on how those two will clash, but I'm interested in seeing. I got had a little burp going on.
Man, this sauce, man. Gary, you hit it with the sauce. You hit it out the park.
I told you.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. To have Machida Karate in the house, Claycomb Karate in the house, that's very cool. Obviously, Hard Works in the house again. I'm really excited about that. So we'll see, how he looks in the Lions Den. So far, Michael Claycomb has shown that karate can work in the Lions Den. So we'll see. Next up, speaking of Michael Claycomb, let's talk about this fight, right? This is a fight, man, I'm really, really excited about. I mean, if the other ones didn't get you hyped up already, this card is just crazy, and this is where it starts to get really, really interesting. Michael Claycomb out of Claycomb Karate taking on Mark Reels out of Nomad Thai Boxing. These are two surging young prospects, Gary. These are two immensely talented, athletic young prospects, Gary, that, they're going to go as far as they decide that they want to go in this sport. Michael Claycomb, obviously, we've seen him very athletic, fast, great footwork, big power. He's shown recently in his last Muay Thai fight and in his last FightersRep fight, he stopped his opponent. The referee had to come in and stop it. He, basically concussed, according to the official, his opponent. They had to come in and stop this thing. Very durable guy. And in his, previous Muay Thai fight to that, knocked the guy almost through the ropes. I mean, so he's learning to use his body more. He's growing into his body. He's still young, Gary. He's still a baby. You know what I mean?
Man, the thing I love about Mike Sugar Bomb, as we call him, is that, man, he doesn't let any loss get him down. He comes back and he works harder. And next time you see him, he looks even better. We all know he has feet. He can kick. He has that. But his hands, especially in the last fight, seemed like it grew even better. His defense, everything. And he's going to need it all for Mark. Because Mark is a dog, man. Yeah. Mark is real as they come. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I like this is I mean, I think it's a test for both of them.
It is.
It's a test for both of them. They're going against. This ain't no play fight. This is like George said. If it's gonna be a fight you get excited for, this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them because these are two guys who are excellent strikers, and like I said, they're really good. I seen Mark live, and I was like, that's a highlight reel right there.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, with Clay Comb.
By the way, that's his nickname, Mark Highlight Reels.
Yeah. But like Clay Comb, when he's on top of his game and he's really, going.
Yeah.
He's a
handful.
No, he's gotten better though. In the last two fights I've seen him fight, I'm like, he's gotten even better, and I love that somebody goes in the gym and works on themselves every time.
Because all these guys have talent. I mean, especially Clay Comb and Reels. You can tell they have a lot of natural talent. But what's going to separate you is that work ethic.
Yeah.
That's what's going to separate you. You know that as a football coach. I know that as a baseball guy. We know that as athletes. That's what's going to take you to the next level. I'm really excited to see it, man, because Mark has just been out of this world lately. But Claycomb has also had a resurgence,
Mm-hmm.
Really, again, looked great in his last
fight. Great.
Mark also, stopped his opponent last time in the Lions Den in spectacular fashion. A counter knee?
Yeah.
Like a counter time knee, that beautiful?
But didn't he drop him before then?
He did in the first round, yep. And then he hit him with it again, but this time it was like he didn't even clinch him. He just launched it.
He knew.
Yeah. So just beautiful. I mean, these guys are beautiful to watch. If you're a fan of fighting, if you're a fan of martial arts, I'm telling you, get your tickets at FightersRep.com. These are two fighters that are beautiful to watch. The technique is beautiful to watch. And I really look forward to it, man. And like you said, Mark's got a dog in him, man.
Yeah.
Mark's got a dog in him. It's always exciting to watch. He gets himself up for these fights.
Mm-hmm.
You see, as soon as the weigh-in starts, you can see it in his eyes. Something switch. Clay Comb's a bit more relaxed, but when he's in that ring, it's also kind of kill or be killed for him. So I'm really excited about this fight. Next up, we have Cesar Navarro at a sub fighter versus Aditya Krishnan, who kind of just signed on today, actually, to take on this fight. So, I don't know much about these fighters. What I do know is they're two fighters from really great gyms. Sub fighters are really, high level gym out in California, as is the Arena Gym, which is down in the San Diego area. And I look forward to watching these two, young warriors throw down. I think it's going to be a good fight. They got great coaches, and you could expect their debut in the Lions Den to be a very exciting one.
I think I seen some of Caesar's fight. He's really he's nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think that was able to find. I don't think I was able to find.
Probably not, because Christian just signed on.
I don't think I was able to find any of his fights. But Caesar, he's that if he's nice.
That's all you need to hear on that one. Next up, Anders Borg versus Tariq Wright. Man, this is another one I'm really excited about, man.
Yeah.
Anders can really fight. He's got an athletic background. He's tall. He's big. He's athletic. He can move. But guess what? So can Tariq Wright. And it's engaged combat, which is where Anders is representing, which is where Michael Mook Mitchell is from, our champ, who looks just more and more amazing every time he comes out. Anders is going to be represented for engaged combat training against Tariq, who is going to be representing for Nomad Thai Boxing, same team as Mark Reels, and what I'm seeing from that team, man, is just a lot of hard work, man. I'm seeing these guys evolve rapidly. The evolution is huge between fights. And Tariq, he came up short in his last fight with us. But man, it was a really another fight just got made. But it was a really really great fight by him, and his fights with us. Besides that, I mean, he's come out on top. Even that last fight was very close. He lost by 1 round, but man, fantastic fighter, big, strong. Comes forward,
Relentless,
comes to fight. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a gas tank against Tariq, and I think that's something that's going to be very important in this fight. If Anders doesn't have the gas tank necessary to keep Tariq off him for 3 rounds.
But I'll tell you something about Anders.
Go ahead.
He has good ring generalship.
He does.
And
he does.
And he's Tariq. I was thinking about this fight because I'm like, Tariq comes forward. He's relentless.
Mm-hmm.
He pressures a lot. He's quick, athletic, and all that. But I see with Borg, he knows he's not gonna let you speed him up. He's gonna go at the pace he goes. He's gonna control it, and he's nasty with it too. Though he's sharp. Mm-hmm. He's sharp. He's a very sharp kid with the punches, the kicks, everything. He's sharp. So I think that's gonna be one of the better fights for that night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's gonna be because these are 2 very high level guys, good guys. Yeah. So I think that's one of the in certain fights you like, damn, I want to see what happens there.
Well, for me, that's a lot of them. This one is special. Yeah. Because like you said, it's going to be ring generalship versus relentless pressure.
Uh-huh.
And whoever kind of, I think, can enforce their game plan is going to win this fight.
Yeah.
And it's a close fight. And I think this is an example of a great fight for both guys because Tariq needs more guys like that.
Uh-huh.
And Borg needs more guys like that.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
You can't say that you're the promoter. I don't got no. It's gonna be a good fight. Do I have somebody who I think got the edge? I think and look, if I'm wrong, you can get at it.
Oh,
if I'm wrong, how'd it go?
Oh,
I think Borg might edge it out.
You think so?
I mean, I might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tariq, if I'm wrong, you can kill me. Whatever you want.
I know I'm the promoter and I'm supposed to say this, but I believe this is as close to 50-50 as you can get, this fight.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Yeah.
I have no idea. For me, it's a coin flip who I think is going to win that fight. I have no idea. Next up, this one is just madness. Andrew Gutierrez out of Hard Works, coming off the stoppage, the TKO with the last FightersRep, where he just looked really fantastic. I felt like he might have been behind against Muro in that first round, got it together as the fight went on, and was able to land a big kick, drop Muro, and then get the finish here.
That was a good fight.
It was a beautiful fight, and he showed resilience. He showed that he doesn't give up when the going gets tough.
You're gonna need it against Sergio.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. So we're gonna see how much he's improved since then as well. And then Sergio, the same thing. I mean, Sergio had a hell of a fight against Ruben in that last event, man. Ruben Avila, and came out on top in a very close fight. And explosive, great. Great movement, great footwork. Great movement, great footwork, and great teams, man. Beehive versus Hard Works. Coach Joshua Foxman on one side, and Coach Hung on the other, man.
Hey, this is gonna be like George says, a lot of good fights on this. I mean, it's specific people that we are more familiar with. While George tears that, that's the Lions Den right there. But it's certain people that you're more familiar with because they've been in Lions Den. Certain people that haven't, but we know a little bit something about. We've seen certain fights, but these two we know, and they're both good fighters. I like you said earlier with Sergio. You're gonna have to deal with the ups and downs. Sergio, he adjusts. The last fight he had against, even though I thought, I thought Avila edged it. It was a good fight because Sergio, and Avila, it was almost like a chess match.
Yeah.
They come out one round, you're like, oh yeah, he got this. Then they come out again and they switch, and the adjustments made. Sergio is sharp. Sergio is not gonna get tired, and Sergio's gonna bring it every time.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same thing with Andrew. Andrew, he didn't give up when he had a bad round or anything. So
no, he didn't.
It's going to be
two very headstrong kids.
Yeah. So I mean, and like I said, I picked Avila. I had Avila winning the Sergio fight.
Yeah.
But when they said Sergio, I wasn't mad at it.
No.
It was like that was one of the fights of the night. To be honest with you, that was a great fight. And even Sergio said that's the toughest he ever fought.
Yeah. So it means they're getting good experience.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that fight. I think those are two contenders. I think whoever wins that fight, depending on what else happens on the night, really puts themselves in contendership. Because Sergio was supposed to fight Jason Granado a while back.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but he ended up fracturing his orbital bone and then coming back. So I think that's going to be a big fight. This one here is crazy. This one here is just crazy. We're going to have to definitely beef up security for this one. Sammy Brown Sugar Caceres out of Chad George's California Mixed Martial Arts Academy, CMMA, taking on Caleb Salazar out of LA Muay Thai. We saw Caleb against Isaac De La Paz in the last fight.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure you've seen Sammy. Gary, he's undefeated in the Lions Den before moving on to MMA and taking 8 fights in that sport. And now he's coming back home. I'm coming home. Coming home. No, but
he got that Greco record.
No, listen. This kid is a striker, man. This kid is built for the Lions Den. And listen, they're both so headstrong. That's what I love about this fight. They're both so headstrong. Caleb representing for Inglewood all the way. Sammy, a kid from Paramount. Let me tell you something else that's interesting about this fight. We just got off the Olympics where everybody's rooting for their nation, where everybody's excited for their nation and getting behind their nation. And you know, incredible rivalries are getting made. And we're talking about, right now we're talking about Canelo versus Berlanga because it's Puerto Rico versus Mexico. But I've been saying for years, Gary, I've been saying for years to anybody who would listen that the next big region coming up is Central America, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, these places. These are, I believe, they're starting to trickle up. They're starting to trickle up in the fight game and really making an impact. And interesting enough, Sammy Caceres is of Salvadoran descent, taking on Caleb Salazar of Mexican descent. They are going to bring it. These are two warriors, man. And if you're Mexican American, if you're Salvadoran American, if you're Mexican, if you're Salvadoran, come out and support these guys. These are the future of the sport, representing these nations. I'm telling you. And the way you get behind a great soccer player or a great boxer from these countries, you want to get behind these guys. I'm telling you, Gary, these are two very special athletes.
Well, I'll say this.
And I'm going to need a large glass of whiskey to watch this movie.
I'll say this. Hispanic fans are probably, I don't know. Can I say that, Joe?
They're really great. They're really great. You can say whatever you want.
No, I'm just saying, like, because UK fans,
they're really great. I was thinking about that too.
Yeah.
And
like, especially
in the Americas, yeah, the UK is on the other side of the pond.
But like
this side of the world,
Puerto Rico, what do you think about it?
Argentina, they love their sports.
Yeah, Argentina. Sergio Martinez, the boxer or whatever.
Right, or Lionel Messi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, they go crazy. But I mean, I did see some of Sammy, because you can look it up on YouTube. He has other fights like outside of.
He's had M8, I believe, MMA fights outside of fighting.
No. He's
really good.
Because, you know, I don't know everybody, so I have to obviously research. I go on YouTube, guys. So if you don't have anything on YouTube, put it on YouTube, market yourself. so people can find
Right.
you. But you know what I'm saying? I go on YouTube and I can find some things, and I know I keep saying this. This is another great fight.
No, this one here,
and because
and it's for a title.
Caleb is crazy too, because honestly, it was De La Paz he
Yep.
fought.
Yep.
That was an awesome fight. They went to war. I mean, that's another fight that was, to me, you can, if you said any guy won that fight, I'm like, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
You said it's a draw, I'm like, all right, I guess. But they went to war. That was another back and forward, like, oh, he's winning. Oh, he's winning. He's winning. I think me and you even disagreed on who won. I think you thought Caleb won.
I thought it was close. I thought Caleb edged it when I was watching it live, but I was I'm not gonna lie, I was like so blown away when I was sitting there ringside and Hung is screaming and I'm screaming. It was just such a war that I had no idea who won. I just knew it was close.
Hey, let me put this out here. When George did the show down here in South Florida, I recorded him a little bit. I didn't post it. I just wanted you to see his reaction, because it's a real reaction of a promoter. He's like, oh, you said. Yeah. George really does go crazy at these fights, right?
And I try to calm myself down, because you don't want these guys to lose. You want the guys that fight for you to win. But at the end of the day, it's an amateur fight, and somebody's either win or lose, you're going to get good experience. But this fight right here, it's also for a title, the 132-pound FightersRep title. I think these are,
No, this is.
I think these are.
I thought the matchmaking for this card was really good.
Yeah. So anyway, I can't wait for that fight. Caleb Salazar representing LA Muay Thai crew, David Huerta, and Sammy Caceres representing CMMA with Chad George. Next up, we got Blackbeard's Kickboxing's Daniel Esparza, Gary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taking on the FightersRep heavyweight and super heavyweight champion out of Elk Grove Muay Thai, Amal Rasuli. Man, Rasuli, Gary, he says he's 6'4". I mean, I don't know. Might be 6'5".
How tall are you?
I'm like 6'2.5", 6'3". This guy's bigger than me. This guy's fast. This guy's strong. This guy's got great technique. This guy's just been an absolute nightmare for people on the scene. He won our heavyweight strap. He won our super heavyweight strap, and he's defending the super heavyweight strap against Daniel Esparza. Now, the thing with Daniel is he's really big, bro. This is a really big guy. I would wager to say that Esparza is going to show up 300 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's all.
About my size.
I didn't get to see either one of those guys looking at things. I didn't get to see.
Yeah. I mean, Rasuli's going to have to be over 265 because or over 235, I believe, because it's a super heavyweight bout. So they're both going to be over 235. But I would say Rasuli's he's also big just because of his height too. I would say he's probably like, 280, 290. But
you're good. These aren't women, because you're just calling out weight. And dude might be like, damn, I ain't 300 pounds, George.
Maybe between 260 and 280, I would say Rasuli. But I feel like Esparza might be close to 300. But he's not like slow, man. He's not sloppy with it. He's like, a big, thick, strong man. And if anyone's going to give Amal Rasuli a fight, it's going to be Daniel Esparza. And I can't wait for this fight. I think Daniel's really, though, he's going to have to really use that size.
Yeah.
He's going to have to really get in there and make it ugly with Rasuli, who's very long. He's got very long limbs. He's fast. He knows what he's doing in there, Gary. And that's why he's the champ. I look forward to watching Esparza, see what he could do. Big, strong, stocky. I feel like Esparza hits you one good time.
I mean, at that heavyweight, at that heavyweight level, anybody hits you one good time.
Yeah,
it could be a bad time.
Yeah. So, and that's going to be again for Amal Rasuli defending his super heavyweight title at FightersRep. Next, we have Fayeta Ann representing Hardworks Fitness, Coach Hung, taking on Connie Gonzalez, our first ever women's champion. She's dropping down a weight division after her fight with Sasha Neek. She showed us a lot in that fight with Sasha Neek. I mean, Sasha Neek was way bigger than her. And I felt like Connie and not taking anything away from Sashanique because she put on a hell of a
I would
fight.
say how you say it again? Shashanique. She actually won that fight.
She won that
and
fight
she
by
won it
decision.
by like what was it, a 5-round fight,
I
right?
think it was
yeah, because we interviewed her, didn't we? No, that was a hell of a fight.
It was a hell of a fight, man. And Connie's really tough. When I was watching it live, I thought the fight was pretty close from what I saw. But she was much smaller than Sasha.
Yeah.
And so she's going down a weight class, which I think is going to be very good for her. And she's taking on Fayetta, and she's really great too. At Hard Works Fitness, she's been out of it for a little bit. I believe she had a kid. She's doing the family thing, but here we go again. She's a fantastic fighter. People come out to watch her. She's always down to fight everybody. She's got great technique, and she's got more experience than Connie. But man, Connie has that championship experience. She's got the fighters rep experience that Fayetta doesn't. So it's going to be a really interesting women's bout here.
I've seen a couple fights with Connie. Connie has a great chin. She's a good fighter. I know she lost against Shashanique in the last one.
Yeah,
but that's just Shashanique might be the best one I've seen.
Yeah.
So it's like I lost to John Jones. I'm not saying she's John Jones, but it's kind of like all right, I lost to this freaking nature right here.
As far as the women, I think as far as the women go. Right now, at that weight, Sashanique is going to be hard to beat. You're going to have to get Clarissa Shields out there. Sasha, we're going to have to get you a fight with Clarissa Shields. But anyway, I can't wait for that fight. Next up,
the Death Dealer.
Man, let's talk about this one. The Death Dealer, David Marquez, representing for Buena Park Martial Arts Academy. Taking on David Fisher, coming out of Dan's Gym in Arizona. These are two fantastic fighters at 122 pounds. This is for the title. Death Dealer Gary is looking to become a 2-division champion. He's dropping down in weight after conquering 127. He's going down to 122, looking to become 2-division Gary. Is he going to be able to do it? Is he going to get the Roy Jones effect where he's dropping down in weight? And it's going to be hard for him. I don't know. But what I do know is these are two incredibly high-level fighters. Listen, if you've never watched David Death Dealer Marquez fight, it's just entertainment all the time. On the way into the ring, inside the ring, he's an absolute killer. At the end of the fight, he's amazing on the mic. He's knocking people out with kicks, with punches. This guy is just a special talent. He's just become a special talent. And a big shout out to David Fisher, who's also a very special talent, finally stepping into the lion's den to fight someone his size. Last time he dared to be great in the lion's den, he fought Jason Granado. He went up, I think, 1 or 2 weight classes. It was a little bit too much, He
especially with Jason.
He's a very, very talented fighter. But I think this is going to be a fantastic fight. What a pedigree David Fisher has out of Dan's Gym. But, I think coming into hostile territory, Gary, from Arizona, man, he's coming into real hostile territory with the Death Dealer.
There's going to be a tough fight for David Fisher just because, we know the Death Dealer Marquez. He has power at a higher weight.
Yeah.
And he's coming down, so he's still going to be naturally the
unless
bigger guy.
Unless he's drained. Which I'm thinking he won't be, but I've never seen him at the weight.
So he's coming with a naturally bigger guy, and it's going to be a tough fight. But I think this is a chance for Fisher to make his name in the Lions Den because David, the Death Dealer, is a big name in the Lions Den.
Yeah,
him, Jason Granado, De La Paz, like you got certain guys that already made their name. In the Lions Den. This is a chance for him. I know he lost against Granado, which
everybody has.
That's another conversation of I lost against him, but everybody did.
Yeah. It's like the male Sashanique, it's fine.
Yeah.
You can lose to him, it's fine.
Like, I'm not gonna say it's fine, the competitor in me, but everybody understands, all right, you ran against this guy.
Better be it. It's like fighting better be it.
I think Duval Beats better be it.
Well, there you go. Never mind. So next up, light middleweight title on the line on this next one, man. This one is just, I mean, this is another Gary. Milshawn Lathan, HB Fight Club, Coach Johnny Mercurio, versus Rudy Cuevas, TriStar and Son, Coach Harry, Coach Marcelo. Man, this is top-notch, high-level athleticism, striking, technique, dog. Man, these are two special athletes colliding this early in their career. This is going to be big for both of them. These are two special athletes.
Can I say this?
Tell me whatever you want to tell me.
Fight of the night.
This might be it.
After all the fights I said are good and everything.
This one's crazy, bro. This one's crazy.
I don't want to miss this one.
Yeah.
Milshawn pretty much has had his way with most people in FightersRep. That right hand, athleticism,
the past couple fights, because before that he was in a couple wars. I don't know if you remember. He had the war with Ty Brown. He had the war with Mario Sanchez. They went to decision. These were dog fights. And then out of nowhere, he must have found another Infinity Stone. And now he lands that right hand, and his opponents just disintegrate at his feet.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I seen you said Mario Sanchez?
I believe, yeah.
I don't think I seen that one. I think I seen, what was the other one you said?
Ty Brown.
I think I did see Ty Brown.
Close fight.
Yeah, I did see. I still think he
won. They actually scored it a draw by accident.
Yeah.
And they called him back out.
I did see that. I thought Milshawn won that fight.
Yeah.
But Milshawn is an absolute beast, athletic beast. He has the height, the length, the arm, the speed, the power, all that. And so when I first seen the fight, I'm like, well, who is Milshawn going to beat up today? That was my the first thought. But then when I seen Rudy, I'm like, ooh. Hey, you got to sit back.
I know.
I seen Milshawn more than I seen Rudy.
Yeah.
But when we go on to do these breakdowns, I have to try to see what I can find on.
Yeah.
Milshawn gonna have his hands, boy. That ain't no, because he's long, strong, powerful, quick, ring IQ, everything.
Whoever wins this fight is going to have to be on, firing on all cylinders. I mean, whoever wins this fight is going to have to be really on point, and this is going to be,
both people are going to have to bring their A game, and I'll be surprised, if somebody gets knocked out. I think this fight is going to be a drag off, like
5 rounds, Gary.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to be an easy fight for either one of them.
I mean, if you give a shit about fighting at all, he takes the body. Rudy, right?
Yeah, Rudy takes the body. And
if you guys care about fighting at all, you got to get tickets to this event. I mean, look at this: Death Dealer versus Fisher, and then Lathan versus Cuevas, and we just talked about Rasuli versus Esparza, and look at this next one.
Think about real quick. Think about this. I said Milshawn is going to have a fight of the night against Cuevas, and Death Dealer is on the card with Fisher, and that's going to be the fight of the night. I think not Death Dealer and Fisher, but Milshawn and Cuevas.
I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get. On paper, it looks like that.
Yeah.
On paper, it looks like that, but I feel like
But those are two great
These
fights.
are a lot of
great fights.
Competitive fights, man. Competitive fights.
Sugar Bomb against Highlight Reels. It's just a lot of people on this card.
I get very nervous. I get very nervous.
Well, you're not in there.
I know, but we're building these guys up. We want them to go on the world stage and destroy. I want them to get to, I want FightersRep to be the next big kickboxing promotion, continue to grow and put these guys on the world stage. But if not, if they go to Glory, if they go to the UFC, they decide to do MMA, wherever they go, ONE FC, I want them to be ready. And this is the kind of shit that's going to make them ready, Gary. You know this, Gary.
One thing I can say is, it ain't no politics in this. It's like, if you had a good fight, you match up good with him. Hey, y'all got to go at it.
We got to figure it out. We got to
figure out. We ain't doing no layups for you or nothing like that. No.
Taking the governor off and letting it fire. Next up, man, there's going to be the main event. Cam Spencer coming down, where he's light cruiserweight champ, coming down a weight class to take on Christian Zoller, who looks to become a two-time champ as well, because Christian won the middleweight title in the past, right? So this is an interesting fight, man. Spencer's the bigger guy coming down, but Zoller, Gary, he's a big guy. He's a tall guy. Let me tell you, and I'm excited to see how he looks at this weight class. I know he's got power. I know he's got size, but Cam Spencer, man, Cam Spencer is a real problem as well. He's a real problem. In his last fight, he was digging to the body. He looked like he got his boxing up 10x from the time I saw him before.
Maybe everybody listening to your videos, man.
Maybe that's what
when you tell them you need to get the boxing right.
You know what though? It's Hung, bro. Hung's on his ass. Hung sent him to Greece for the World Muay Thai Championships or whatever. Like, he's on his ass, pushing him. I know he is getting his hands right, but Coach Lamancy is the same, bro. Coach Lee, Christian Zoller's coach. Zoller is such an obviously we know Cameron Spencer's amazing, bro. Kid Dynamite. He's been built for the most part at FightersRep. I mean, he's just knocked out almost everybody he's fought. He's a fantastic fighter. But Zoller, Zoller hopped on the scene with FightersRep. Coach Lee, super confident, willing to fight anyone. Like, I have to reel them in. Like, I don't know. I tell them, like, I don't know. Like, why don't you take one more? Take one more. Let your guy get some seasoning. Yeah. No, he's ready. Let's go. And sometimes I felt like, okay, well, maybe he needed a little bit more seasoning, but he still put up a great fight. And then sometimes he just absolutely bulldozed his opponent. So it's just really amazing to deal with two teams like this, guys that are just down to fight whoever. Zoller can end the fight with one punch. We've seen that before. So can Cameron Spencer. And I don't even know what I'm going to get with this fight. I don't know what I'm going to get, but I know it's going to be exciting. I'll say this: I have a very hard time believing that Cameron Spencer versus Christian Zoller is going to go all 5 rounds. I have a very hard time believing.
Yeah, like that.
I have a very.
Because I haven't seen either one of them.
Listen, if you bet me all the barbecue sauce that you've ever made in your life, you'd lose it all. Because it's not going to go 5 rounds, bro.
No,
it's not. And with Milshawn and Cuevas, I'm not sure. It might go all 5 rounds. Although his coach Johnny is saying, he wrote on Instagram 3 rounds. I saw that. Yeah, Coach Johnny that we interviewed. Milshawn and Cuevas, I could see potentially, possibly, if because we haven't seen enough of Cuevas, right, to know if he has that one punch knockout power. But we know Milshawn's got that right hand, and if that right hand gets through, or maybe that right kick, because if the right hand is hitting like that, that right kick might be hitting like that too.
Cuevas.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it could possibly go.
Sharp. Really sharp.
That's why what I'm saying is that fight has more of a chance to go 5 rounds.
I think it will.
Than Spencer and Zoller, but that's not going 5 rounds. Someone's getting knocked out.
Someone's getting clipped.
Someone's getting ambulances on deck for that one. Yeah. That's going to be the main event. We've still got 4 more fights to talk about. Gustavo Flores, Tivo Flores. This guy's become a fucking attraction at FightersRep. Every time Tivo fights, Tivo, everybody comes out to watch, and it's a show. And he's fighting True Samalavong, who, from what I hear from Free Smoke, Isaac McCary, who's going to be in his corner. This is a guy you want on your card. This is a guy who brings the fight every time. You're going to love his style. He steals the show every time he fights. And so you've got 2 guys with the same personality in that Lions Den. This could be another
Isaac corner.
explosive one. Isaac McCary is in his corner.
Okay.
You know?
Shout out to Isaac. You know, he always out there.
Yeah. So that's going to be a fantastic fight. And I do think that this fight also puts whoever wins this fight potentially in some sort of contendership status, because TiVo's been coming out to Fighters Rep and winning consistently for a very long time. So we'll see what True can do in there.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Shannon Waldefeld, a.k.a. Thor, taking on Garrett Boyer. Also, two big boys, another super heavyweight fight, Gary, 265 pounds. Or 235 pounds plus, but I got a feeling these guys will probably be around 260.
I tell you, you gotta watch it with the weight, bro.
I'm gonna need a super reinforced ring on September 7th, so nobody goes falling through the ring, because that's gonna be a lot of human up there going to war, man. And I look forward to this fight. You know, I haven't gotten a chance to work with either of these guys, but they look like a pair of very tough kids representing some very tough gyms. You know, and I look forward to it.
The Lion Den is gonna bring it out of him.
We're gonna see. Next up, we have Cole Smith taking on Alberto Tejeda at 160 pounds. Alberto, you know, basically out of Coconut Grove Boxing. I look forward to watching him fight. You know, I've worked with his coach before. Great guy, and Coach Ryan. And then Cole Smith, you know, he's kind of, you know, making his Fighters Rep debut. I mean, I haven't worked with him, but from what I've seen with him, you know, he looks like a high level amateur, and I look forward to watching both of these guys throw down here. And then finally, out of Uprise MMA with Coach Pete Panos, we have Caven Blaine taking on Chad George's Nico Tila. Nico's a guy who, you know, we've been trying to get on the card for quite a bit. I've actually seen him a little bit. I've watched him spar in the past when I was training at CMMA, doing a little bit of training there years ago, and he looks really good. And so I'm really excited about this fight, because I know Uprise MMA's you know, gym is a very high level gym, and I know Nico is very high level as well.
Did a little training, George?
You know, I dabbled.
Get the testosterone.
You know, I got all this hair. I might as well put it to use.
Yeah. But nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, looking at the card, when you send me the card, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the guy, I'm like, man, this.
Yeah.
And like I said, even watching your previous events, and being live at the one in Miami,
that was fun, man.
Man, it's. I'm telling you guys, you need to go watch it. It's high level entertainment, low cost. But it's worth every penny you pay, and. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It's really, you get Jason Granado, who fought for Fighters Rep, is probably going to go on to be a star. You got Dev Dillon Marquez. You got Milshon. I said Milshon.
A lot of these guys
are going to
become something, whether it's at Fighters Rep or something else.
I mean, it's a lot of talent going on the West Coast and the East Coast. Mark Reels, it's a lot of guys out.
Clay Combe.
Yeah. And I'm just calling out names.
Rasuli, I mean,
it's
Connie, Fayetta,
Cuevas.
You know,
it's a lot of talent on these cards, and you're paying for it. You don't want to go now. You don't pay for fights like went to you don't pay for $50-$60 fights where people just running around and not hitting each other, or they wrestle the whole time.
That's not going to happen here. That doesn't happen at all.
It's 3 2-minute rounds, or in the championship is 5 rounds. They get at it from the because they know they don't got much time. They don't have much time to do, so they gotta go, man. It's good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's our preview, guys. You know, tell us what you guys think in the comments section. Get your tickets at FightersRep.com. If you can't make it for whatever reason, which there's no excuse, the Commerce Casino is beautiful. You can fly out, stay at the hotel. It's got a hotel. The event is downstairs. Super comfortable, a lot of fun. You help me, you help us build this promotion. But if you can't make it for whatever reason, join the channel. It's just $9.99 a month. You're going to get a beautiful TV quality live stream and watch some of the best young strikers in the world today. I would say the best young strikers in the world today compete in California and in Florida. California, September 7th in Los Angeles at the Commerce Casino. Florida, September 21st in Pompano Beach. Check us out. Check us out. We're here. Subscribe to the channel.
I'm just gonna tell you, Florida has the best athletes. California is up there. Florida, California. We locked down Florida and California.
They got great athletes.
You got to get Texas next, George.
I know.
Get Georgia.
You know what though? I'm a little bit biased. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I'm a little bit biased. I do think the striking, especially FightersRep and the martial arts, is a little bit more developed in California. That's what I believe.
You know, I can be honest about this, right? It is a little bit more developed, but we got a better athlete.
But yeah, and that I'll actually agree with.
I mean, we still got Roy Jones from down here. Tarver is from Florida, ain't he?
Bro, let me tell you.
Where in Florida, Tarver?
Bro, you see these I don't know, bro. These South. You know why it's so damn hot? They're still outside getting after it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, California's weather is perfect too. That's why they got a lot of great athletes there too. I think per capita, man, I've never seen nothing like down here in Miami, bro. I've never seen.
Don't get me wrong. I'm joking around. I think
even some of these fighters that come out, like some of our fighters, the Florida shows, like even if they lack a little bit of skill, the ones that do, I'm not saying they all do. Like some of them are very skilled and can compete with the California kids any day. But the guys that don't have the skill, they got a fucking dog in them, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Cali, when it comes to the fight game, is probably king.
Yeah.
Cali's probably king.
I think so.
My cousin's over there. He whooped my ass, and he's born in Miami but raised in Cali. He beat the shit out of me.
Yeah. But then over there you do have the tough kids too, man. You got a lot of tough kids. I don't know, man. We'll see. I've always felt that.
I just can't wait till you get it big enough till we can do Florida versus.
We've had several of those fights.
No fights. I'm talking about a whole car.
The whole car would be cool.
That's crazy.
That would be crazy. Maybe we do it somewhere in the middle, Texas. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you guys. Again, get your tickets at FightersRep.com. Join the channel, and if you want ribs,
he tasted the sauce. He tasted the sauce.
It was great. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.